That's going to be tricky. Could go either way. But this map here, Nico, Orping against Crystal, I don't know. It may be that the Danes could be off to a good start here. Already, though, Nico taking a little bit of damage, but Speedy taking a lot more. Look at that. He's down to 14 health, and that's not cool. The rest of Penta making their way down lower dark, and just checking out what's going on. But you see on the CT side, apart from Kirby, who's actually pushed up a little bit here, they're all playing very, very defensively. Pimp back in the CT spawn. Fetish is up here with a smoke, and is he going to do what Titan do? Is he going to smoke off? Oh, Nico, one good shot. Pimp comes in, takes down Crystal, and things are off to a bright start for the Danish team.
Yeah, even better now that Pimp manages to sneak a kill there on Strugs. This is looking pretty solid now for Deponeret, much better than I thought we'd be looking. I mean, they showed a really solid performance versus LDLC yesterday on Dust 2. Dust 2 is clearly one of Deponeret's stronger maps, and they're using it to their advantage. One thing, though, is that this is also a very good map for Penta, or at least it was before the roster change. So I'm curious to see how Strugs and Nex being added to a lineup is going to change things here for Penta. If this is still one of their strong maps, or if they have some work to do on it. So we'll find that out tonight on this match.
Yeah, the guy that I'll be looking for more than anybody on this Penta lineup is probably Nex. I think he's a very, very strong player, pretty one of the best in Germany at the moment. So we need to see some cool action from him, see if he can't surprise everyone. And as we're talking about him, he does get a kill with the CSET 75, which is really sort of a pistol that's made a return into the game. And he's going to get Pimp as well, and I'm pretty sure that second kill is one he shouldn't have got. Pimp maybe falling asleep a little bit, you know, resting on his laurels after getting that triple in the pistol.
Standing in a bit of an off angle, right? Kind of out in the open, maybe not what you'd expect to see from a CT player. You expect them to be hiding around the boxes in CT or on B slope. Instead, Pimp is the one getting caught out. But that's the power of Nex. He's capable of this sort of stuff. This is why you always have to be wary of him. But it looks like Penta, they're going to try and change it up. They get spotted out by Nico, who does have a rifle, who's trying to take him out. Kyotobi is behind them in mid, trying to push down, and he's actually going to catch the bomb carrier. But somehow, Crystal makes it into lower dark alive.
Yeah, this is wasting a lot of time for the terrorist team. I mean, they're in a position, if they get the right kill at any bomb site or even at top mid, they could instantly go. But as long as they haven't got a kill, they're weirdly sort of meandering around the middle, and it's getting a little bit strange now. Nico, he's the lowest health target, so that's not too bad. He's looking down in CT spawn, and from short, there's one. They're boosting up. Crystal goes down, but it's the jump scout shot to finish off Nico. Now they just need to get that bomb down, and I think they're going to be successful. Next, where's the bomb? Oh, I thought they couldn't pick it up then, but they're going to be able to put it down with just the last seconds left here, and that's good news, at least for Penta.
Yeah, this is really solid for them. And now they have guns to work with as well. Nex has got an M4 to play with. Kirby is at full HP, but AC is low, so AC's got to be a bit careful here on Cat, and he gets instantly taken out. Great shot there. Whoa, the headshot from Nex!
That is almost unreal. Almost unreal. He's got 5 bullets left. Kirby does not have a kit. He can't play this game, and he goes down. Next, you gotta be kidding. That is a quad kill in a force-up round following losing the pistol. And Next, single-handedly, it seems, just, well, he deponeret. I mean, I can't believe it.
3 kills with the CZ. 3 of them right there. He got 1 with the M4A1, but 3 of them with the CZ. That's impressive. And now, Penta, they're in the driver's seat. It's Deponeret who have to actually go for an eco at this point. So they look like they want to try and go for some cheeky stuff here, maybe getting up close to Longhouse. But they're playing very carefully right now, Penta. Dennis is going to get tagged, but nobody was up close. So it's not an easy kill for these pistols.
Not at all. I mean, Dust 2... There are maps that are better out there for getting close with the pistol, but if you play it right, you could definitely do some damage. And I like the fact that Danes didn't go for armor or anything. That's something that we've seen in the past. I think especially a lot of American teams will keep forcing up with armor and pistols every time they sort of lose around, and then it just keeps going back and forth for a long time. But it's a big risk to take, and being on the CT side, they probably just want to get that AWP on Nico fast as possible and get the equipment to beat Penta.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing right now. Eco 1 and then see where their money's at in the next round. I mean, P250 is not that big of an investment, $300. So it's not the end of the world here for them. If they can get a couple of kills in, that'd be big. Right now, they do have a decent setup here. Fetish holding close to mid, but the flash is going to come through. And now he's getting up close again, though. This could be perfect for him. He's just going to get overwhelmed, but that sets it up for AC.
He gets the one kill, but now they're coming at it every which angle, and he actually could have almost got Crystal, who was taking a little bit of too much time picking up that kill. Kjaerbye going to get the M4, and I think they should save this M4. It's going to be so valuable in the upcoming round, and throwing it away in a 3-on-4 retake, you can't really retake the B-bomb site without grenades, and certainly without kits and armor and no rifles either. You can kind of tell how this is going. So, smart choice for them to go and look for exit kills instead by T-spawn, and hopefully save the rifle. That's going to be really important.
Yeah, I mean, if they can save that rifle, Kjaerbye's in a good spot to do it. So he should definitely be holding them to this M4A1. That could make a big difference here. Nico gets taken out promptly by Spitty over in CT spawn. And Pimp is the one who's lurking around top mid right now, but he's going to run into 2 members here of Penta. They should be able to catch him out. Shots, and Pimp gets caught. So the big important thing here, though, is that Kjaerbye holds onto that M4. So Deponeret are going to be happy about that, at least. Nico's got enough for a glass cannon op as well. Wow,
I mean,
but they aren't going to go for a buy. They aren't going to force it.
Yeah, and that's one of those judgment calls, isn't it? If you go for it and it fails, you could be giving Penta such a good start. If you save just a little bit more here, I mean, the German team must have been feeling a little bit sad losing the pistol like they did. A really convincing victory for Deponeret, but now probably they're getting a little bit back into it momentum-wise. Fetish going to go down. AC, very low on health at the moment. It's going to be dropped as well. Dennis looked like he was spraying while blind, but he still gets the kill anyway. And yeah, probably going to be 3-1. So I think the big question is, if the upcoming round they get the AWP on Nico and it works wonderfully, then that's confirmation that it was worthwhile, going for the eco. If not, then they could have given even more to Penta. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what's on the table right now. It's just waiting. A lot of this next round is going to be just so huge for Deponeret. I mean, they're giving away rounds basically to shut down Penta and shut them down early as well. Nico going to get forced out into the open, but a nice flash gives them the opportunity to pick up 1 kill. Gets 2 as well. Pimp takes out next. They aren't going to be able to get the defuse, but they've still inflicted some serious damage here to Penta.
Super important stuff coming in from Deponeret, and you could see Kjaerbye was even willing to risk his M4A1 to try and help with these extra kills, and that's well worth it. Even if he lost it, he could have rebought, and that would have been just fine. So, yes, AWP on Nico. There's 1 on Strux as well currently, and he's going to be opening the middle, I guess, trying to get some sort of crossover kill. Oh, no tag at all going on. And over at Long, though, charging in is Dennis, and Nico says, no thank you. Not going to happen.
There's still an extra man lurking there, though, Spitty, who's caught behind blue, and it seems like Kjaerbye knows. They seem to have an idea that an extra man is here. Flashes, counter flashes, but a great headshot from Spitty. Takes out Kjaerbye, who was looking at Longhouse. So the mind games and the timing works out perfectly there, and we're back into a 4-on-4. This favors Penta now.
Nico, oh, this is dangerous. He shoots too early, and he's going to go down. This is a great start now. Pimp falls as well. No! Deponeret, it was looking so good. My Danish brethren, they're crumbling over at Long. I mean, Semler, that looked like they had a pretty decent setup, and they got the entry frag as well. Yeah.
Pimp really just decided to go full YOLO there. Not sure if he should have actually dropped down CT slope and tried to play from element, tried to last a little bit longer there, but then again, with 2 players pushing up Cat, it wasn't going to happen. So yeah, Pimp was pretty much caught between a rock and a hard place, and he got taken out pretty quickly. The remaining 2 members are from B site, and the best they can hope for now is to just hold on to their guns.
You know what they say, Semler? Pimpin' ain't easy.
Damn straight. What I learned today, apparently, is that why pimps wear jewelry is that cash money will get taken away from you if you get arrested, whereas jewelry will not. So you can use the jewelry to pay for your bail, basically. So apparently that's why pimps, they all wore so much jewelry.
Somehow I'm actually very excited that I have this news now. I feel like I don't feel like it's ever going to be valuable to me, but I'm still happy that I know it. So I feel like I thank you, Sam. I feel like we've learned a lot already. It's like that's probably the highlight of the match so far for me. I'm glad we got into this topic.
It's one of the random things that you pick up.
Good stuff, good stuff. Well, into the 6th and upcoming round, a bit of a disappointment. There are a lot of ways you can lose Long really easily, and the most common one probably is if a terrorist get the closest Long spawn with an AWP, runs and picks up your first guy at the corner. But actually, it was the opposite way around. It was Nico from this angle shooting and getting the opening kill, and they had 3 people besides, or 2 more. They had 3 people in total down here by Long, and obviously Kjaerbye in the pit. But once he was in pit, he got flashed and tried to peek and didn't look at the container, got himself killed, and Nico, he stood his ground and wanted to fight, and maybe that was a mistake. Maybe he should have joined Pimp back at the site. They could have done the elevator boost up into site, and then could have fought from here instead. But that's all, 2020 hindsight from my point of view, because obviously I know that he died. So maybe at the time it looked like from him that was a smart decision. But he kind of got overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's the risk of it. I mean, both him and Pimp, because Pimp got headshot early as well from Cat. So Pimp is playing scared, basically. He's worried. He's down to 14 HP, so he doesn't have much room to move. And then Nico, he's careful. He's worried about getting overwhelmed at long. Pimp can't really back him because he's so low on HP. One stray bullet will get rid of him. So it's a really tense situation.
Yeah, and the situation intensifies as Crystal's going to pick up one jumping Dane as they try and cross over middle there, and that's so annoying, losing one of your members right early on. They did survive down long this time. They managed to make it back, just kind of like I said they maybe should have last time around. And this time they are actually backing up. Smoking off short as well. So this is, I think, a smart idea. And now they're going to elevate a Nico up. Seems like the logical choice still to get the AWP up in a bomb site, but they're going to put it middle instead. And they've left the bomb site entirely at B. That's definitely a questionable move from Deponeret.
I think right now they're just thinking, okay, let's not try and buy into the subtlety here. Penta, they haven't really thrown us for any fakes yet. So if they've made noise long, it's going to be long, right? And they wouldn't be far off the mark if that's the call that Fetish made. Now he's rotating Nico back over to the B site. But then instantly, that's when Spitty decides to jump. Next, snuck all the way up long, catches Kirby out, or rather catches Fetish out on A slope. And that's just going to be the end of it. Deponeret, once again, have to back off and save.
And that was shocking. Kirby was actually in a really good position to deal with what was happening there. The smoke meant he only had to cover one angle. He was covering that angle. And a member of the German team just sort of sat down right in front of him and still got the kill. These Germans are super fast. I think that's one of the things that's really scary about this Penta team, is that individually they're actually just a very strong team. I would say tactically, there's still a lot more to be worked on, but if you have the individual component in already, you're off to a good start at any rate here. They're going to try and find Nico. They don't want to have him saving that $4,750 expensive rifle, and he won't be able to. Next is going to steal it. That's 5-1 in favor of the Penta squad, and this makes me worried for Deponeret, because I think they need to win Dust 2 a lot more than Penta do.
Yep. But this actually makes you kind of confident in Penta as well, just because wow, Crystal, another kill on AC, who goes jumping past and he just gets caught out. They do manage to return it fairly quickly though over on Longhouse. Kirby and Fetish working together to nade next into the Stone Age. But look at where Penta are going. They've got the perfect read on the situation. They're gonna go hit B.
Pimp is the one holding. I think he's going to take off his jewelry right now and use this gun. Even if the police show up, I think it's worth it at this point. And he's going to take down Spitty first, next in line. Is there another kill? Oh, Dennis gets him. He almost took down Dennis. That would have been a really important double kill if it had happened. Now it's a 3-on-3, and they're going to have to try and retake Fetish. Is he nuts enough to run through? He's got the smoke. He's charging in, but Strux is there. And Nico and Kirby. Do you think they should go for this?
They should go for it now that they got that kill on Dennis. There's no reason to back off at this point. Crystal's going to play really sick, though. He goes rushing out, and that's a crucial kill. Seeing as how Nico took out his teammate at the same time, he spots out Kirby as he's rushing onto the site, and that's a sick hold. Crystal, that's the thing. When we were going into this match, talked about a bit about it earlier on the stream as well. It's like Crystal versus Nico. Nico's been playing solid, but Crystal is always this unknown factor of, is he going to be on his game tonight or not? Because he's an all-around good player, but he has these nights where he just starts lighting people up round after round. If Crystal continues to play like this throughout Dust 2, Deponeret aren't going to be able to handle him.
Wow, that was a very sexy shot, the last one. Definitely, it was crystal clear, Dennis gonna be picking off Kirby, and I don't think he realizes Nico's here. There's absolutely no way of knowing that. So Nico being the super sneaky ninja to take down Dennis. That was actually just a very, very cool move. Bit of a risk, but what the hell, big reward at the end here. Speedy is gonna be going down as well after just the one kill. So I mean, right now the Danes are coming up with some really good kills. Winning the round is still not gonna be that easy, but if they find the bomb on Crystal here, and all it takes is AC with the AK doing the right thing. He's running right into Crystal. Oh!
Oh, Crystal. I'm disappointed. I just sung his praises and I cursed Commanders. It's all my fault.
I don't know how they're not hearing each other right now, because Nex just kind of ran up, and I'm sure Pimp must have heard it, but he's acting like he didn't. Flash out from Strux. He's up as well. And middle. If Nico just turned the corner, they could win the round right now, but Nex has made his way through. Strux on the other side. If they lose it here, there's only 30 seconds left. Penta have to move out. Pimp is gone. Next in line. Strux falls. Oh no, Nico's left in a 1-on-2. 20 seconds left. They're going to have to run with their knives out to get here. What are they doing?
Really do. They need to run knife out. Strux, don't be checking angles.
No, they can't win. They're running with their rifles out. That's a mistake. They had only time with the knives. And Nico, well...
No, he makes it. He makes it. If he doesn't miss this jump, and if Nico doesn't kill him. There you go. Round 1.
That was a big mistake from Penta, and I think a very predictable one. So, I mean, really well played from Deponeret. It's great they won that round, because that was not easy, and even more difficult than a 2-on-1. But I think Penta should have been able to look at the clock and say, that's it, you know, only if we run with knife out. And if we need to run into Nico, we're just going to have to hope that the 2-on-1 situation is going to be enough that we can, like, jump and get our guns out, and that's going to be it. I think that was a big mistake of them being so careful.
Oh, that was also just the positioning from Nico. He covered his angle well. Yeah. The teammate there for Penta was just 2 seconds too late, essentially. He was behind him, but he needed to be right on top of him to trade. Because then the man planting that bomb becomes bait, right? He's counting on his teammate to get the refrag to kill Nico in those 2 seconds. And the fact that Nico was playing behind the angle on Cat was just too good.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This time, Kirby will come out on top, and Nico to pick off Nex. Down the middle, though, they're going to lose Fetish, and if they could take AC out in this bomb site before any kind of backup shows up, there's still a chance they can win this round. AC, though, doesn't want to give it up too easily. He's already putting out some damage, and backup is coming nearby. They have to move quick on the terrorist side, or it's going to be too late. Pimp already making his way through. AC with the 1-kill pistol out. Well, it will be a bomb plant here for Crystal, so they've got that going, but I think it's going to be hard for Penta to hold this site.
It's going to be incredibly tough. It comes down to Crystal now, really. He's got the HP, he's got the gun. Struggs has got to play so carefully, down with 5 HP. Question is, does Crystal get caught out? The double spray attempt, he does a lot of damage. Nico lives with 1 HP. What a joke. And then gets a point-blank shot onto Struggs. Sick no-scope from Nico.
That was sick, but how did Struggs not shoot?
That's just that...
He just looked at him. No, but he looked at him for a long time. Like a really long time. That looked like Strux was getting info from a teammate or something. Like maybe he was just focused on listening to something else, because that took longer than I had anticipated. But either way, Deponeret with a really good round. Those 2 opening kills at long, making it really hard, I think, for Penta to do anything at all.
And this, I mean, the big thing here is that it's forced Penta now to a bit of a mix buy to even out their money. So Tech 9s, some nades. Comes down to Penta actually going for the overwhelm play here. Both players for Deponeret holding solid on the B site. It looks like Penta wants to set this up for a B split. They could actually make it work, though. The run and gun from the Tech 9, this is really hard to stop.
Tech 9 is so good. Fetish sprays down only the 1. AC now charging out of the window. It's going to drop the bomb outside, and that's big. Now teammates can come in and help out here. Crystal's going to drop as well, and once again, AC just playing very well at the moment. Even Speeding getting that kill doesn't help them because the bomb is dropped outside. So that makes such a big difference. If they get inside with the bomb and then die, typically they'll be able to pick it up and put it down, and that's going to make a really big difference. With a bomb plant in a round like that, Crystal, for instance, would have been able to buy AWP and armor, whereas now he's going to have to go either headless or... yeah, or no armor at all. Oh, 2 people. I
they
think
must have been talking a little bit there. They must have been talking.
Yeah, I think so. It looked like they were communicating instead of looking at the screen, and that will happen in any game. It's not like Struxy was falling asleep, or it's just that slow.
No. I think they were talking there at the beginning of the round, because Crystal had time, and he decided, like, he just bought the op and went for the peak. Now he goes and buys full nades instead of actually getting Kevlar. Yeah. So okay, then it's fine. I was just wondering why he would hold on to like $800, $900 when he could buy Kevlar nades.
Fair enough. Gotta make the right purchase. I'm wondering how they're going to deal with this Penta, because they saw the people running into Lower Dark, and getting these kills would be so big, but if you end up fighting and losing too many players, that's very bad, and there's the first one already going in, AC. Only down to 84. Nex is coming for him, but is it worth it?
Max damage nade onto Crystal as well. That's agony right there for Crystal. It's almost not worth going into... they need to try and find a way here. Fetish is going to pick off Crystal easily, drop the bomb in mid. This is now a nigh unwinnable situation here for Penta.
Oh, no idea how Speedy got that kill, but Fetish is stepping up his game here. He's been a little bit behind the curve, but now he's got a double kill in this round, and that's really important. So it's up to Speedy and Nex. 2 on 4, 20 seconds left. There's not really much you can do, especially when you don't have the bomb. So, I mean, right now, Deponeret are just coming right back into this game. That's going to be a 4th round in a row that they're winning after Penta took 6 in a row. So really good stuff here for the Danes.
Yeah, it's looking solid. Now they've started to get some momentum going, and this is the real fear here. Penta now are just going to try and hold on to the gear that they have rather than attempt to run into the blender, which isn't necessarily a bad call either. They're going to have 2 AKs to work with. Do they drop Galils for their teammates? They could drop Galils, at least... No, what am I saying? The teammates could buy Galils.
Yeah, if they wanted to do something crazy, but they do actually force it up. So this is a huge risk, I would say. And Penta, sure, they want as many rounds as they can on the T side, but is it really worth it? I'm wondering if this isn't a bit of a mistake on the German side. Strux falling very low as well. Kirby just continuing the fight and grenades raining in. Nico already got the opening frag. Kirby, he's still alive, and by car, and he's being backed up by Nico up here, so now they have Longshore, but they can't do anything with it.
Yeah, this is such an insanely frustrating situation to deal with. They're losing a man to that Opper early. Nico just hitting the shots at long, and that makes such a big difference for Deponeret. But the fact that Deponeret lose a man right back through the smoke, Kirby is down, so now Penta, they could actually be feeling kind of confident here. Deponeret not wasting any time, though. They're rotating over to A. They've got all 4 members here now. One guy kind of floating in mid, but he's going to be able to support from CT fairly quickly.
Look at where Speedy is without the X-ray. We can't see a thing, and Nico's going to take him down point blank range through, but there's a nice shot from Dennis. It is a 3-on-3. The bomb is going to go down, and Fetish has picked up the AWP instead, and he's going to get an easy kill there on Dennis, being a little bit too, a little bit too curious about what was going up on short. Now it's down to Strux and Crystal. Bomb is ticking away. There is a kid on AC and one on Fetish as well. So this is looking pretty good right now for the retake, I would say. Strux got to look the wrong way, and he looks the right way. He looks the wrong way, and that's a pretty easy retake from Deponeret. Just well played, Pimp and AC at the end there. At least they got a bomb plant Penta, but that's a risky round for them.
Dude, they're really turning it around here, Deponeret. I'm impressed so far. Nico really stepping up his game. He's sitting at 15 frags right now. Like, where was this Nico last night versus LDLC? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, the way
he's stepping it up versus Penta.
And now that you're bringing it up, the way that we talked about it yesterday, how LDLC actually beat Nico on this map was by making calls whereby they actually just ended up in the bomb site where he wasn't at. And even if they came close to him, there was so much smoke going on that Nico couldn't really do much. So I think it's just a question of different styles. Whereas you can see Penta are taking a lot of these fights that they have over on long and sometimes up on short as well, where they end up fighting Nico with the AWP, and that's dangerous as hell. He's an incredibly strong AWPer, so LDLC just avoided him.
This is true. That's a good point to be made. Penta, much more of a YOLO approach. Kind of similar to what Deponeret have been throwing out on their T side. I'm interested to see how Deponeret will approach their T side going into the second half, if we're going to see more of what we saw yesterday, or if they're going to change it up versus Penta as well. Penta right now, they're looking like they've got control of Cat. The one thing here is that Nico's holding all the way from long pit with that AWP. If they don't go for a Cat plant though, Penta would be insane. They should be taking advantage of the new plant position right now.
Yes, I agree. When you're already holding short and there's no reason to peek long at all, you'd have to be nuts to not go for it. And yeah, Strux is going to put it down here. They still have a smoke as well on Speedy, and AC, is he going to run out? Look at Speedy. He's going to be able to backstab right here. That's going to be so annoying. This could be the game, or at least the round-winning moment here for Speedy. He's going to walk right in, and AC, he's still waiting. He wants as many kills as possible. This is such a big risk. There's one. AC next in line. He gets the double and gets taken down from Pimp. Big plays coming in there from Speedy. And Next actually chiming in one of them, sorry.
And that nade kill there from Pimp was huge. But they still have to root Strugs out of Gandalf, and Nex is waiting on Cat. It's going to be so tough to deal with. There you go. That's the only kill that had to happen there. Strugs getting that one. Doesn't leave enough time to get the defuse. Pimp goes up, but so does Strugs. Who cares? Penta got the round. That was the important bit right there. It's going to be a costly round, but they get 7 now on their T side.
Yeah, really, really important. And the big thing that also went wrong for Deponeret in that retake is when it's planted for short, never mind the guy who's in Gandalf. That could be really scary, but you want a smoke to smoke off short so that the T's can't just like peek back and forth. And they had no grenades at all, apart from the one that they got the kill with. So that's going to make it even more tricky, I think, in the end. hard round. The really weird thing is Penta won the round, and they still almost can't buy anything. I mean, Deponeret have way more money and way more equipment on their side.
Well, that's due to them having like 5 rounds in a row, Deponeret. So that makes a big difference economically, at least, when they've been having Nico shut down Penta early on. But if Penta can pick up this round, if Penta can pick up this one, Deponeret are going to be going for a force buy in the last round. So they can still turn this around, Penta, and come out ahead 9-6 at the end of the half.
Yeah, I think 7 rounds it's not great on the terror side, but it can definitely be worked with. It's definitely enough that Penta are very much still in the game. If they get to 9 rounds, I think Deponeret are going to be in a really bad spot. That's going to make dangerous as all hell. Pimp spraying away, but he only gets the one. That looked like an opportunity to just mow down masses of terrorists, but Nico is in the perfect AWPing position. Takes 1, takes 2, third one not going to be quite hit, but he's fighting with a pistol out there on Catwalk, and finally Crystal gets the kill. He's probably going to fall to Nico here as well. And no bomb plant, no nothing for Penta. They're instead going to be the ones forcing up for the last round, and the score is going to be 7-7. So we're tied. First half.
Really close first half, man. This is cutthroat. This is what you'd expect between both of these teams, though. I'd say that both of these teams are very even in skill right now. So definitely a big difference from what we saw yesterday between LDLC and Deponeret. I mean, you're talking about potentially the best team in the world playing against a mid-tier team. Here we have 2 teams that are about the same level in the mid-tier trying to crack into that upper tier, right? So this is a very even match that we have in this best of 3.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing. And if with a little bit of luck, we could go to all 3 maps. This is only the first half of the first map. If you're just joining us, you're absolutely on time here. This is potentially a pretty exciting best of 3, just in terms of the action level. Nico, ready for Speedy down in Lower Dark. They had the boost up on short to get there quick, and then the boost again on short to look into Lower Dark. So pretty well timed. And now, if the Germans try and rush up towards short, there's going to be 2 people waiting initially, and then a third one in the site. So this is actually probably going to finish 8-7 for Deponeret. Very, very unlikely that they can break through Penta here, unless they go down middle instead. That would be a much better choice.
Problem is that they don't have any more nades, so they literally have to go off at next with the shots. And he delivers there, picks up 1, but he gets dropped down to half. Dennis is going to peek on Cat. Kirby is there. Great shot, though, from Dennis. Double tap gets the job done with that P250 at that range, and they're bringing it back slowly but surely. They've got the man advantage now, Penta. They
do if they can deal with... Oh, Dennis takes another one up on short. That's almost incredible. Now, AC's the only one standing between... Penta and an 8th round right now. He's going to get 1. They're up on the box as well, and he goes down. Nico, 1 on 4, and there's a guy right on top of him.
He didn't see him. That timing. Dennis, silver platter. There you go.
I think Dennis took that round. He had 6 kills before this round and was bottom fragging, and that round, he basically won that round on his own. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, those high-impact kills, right? I mean, 8-7 for Penta. This is still... I mean, a very entertaining first half. I'm excited to go into the second half now. Let's see how things go. I don't think... Are they going to be waiting much? It seems like both teams are readying up, so the countdown has begun. We're going to be getting into the second half now with Penta swapping over to the CT side. And now we get to see, are Deponeret going to have the same YOLO approach that they had versus LDLC? Where yesterday was all about pressure for Deponeret. On Dust 2, they wanted to rush, get in their opponent's face very quickly. It was a very intense first half. Now, do they have the same style here going up against the Germans?
Well, we're going to find out. They are making their way down middle, and actually Penta's boosted up on short quite quickly, so they're ready to receive them if they come here. Speedy and Strux as well. They're smoking off, but the terrorists are going to try and run through anyway. Grenade to follow, bounces in, and it's a money grenade. It takes down Fetish, and over on long, Crystal tries to get through the smoke, but can't quite, so I think at the end, Deponeret come out on top here. Now they just got to see if they can see all the way through and actually win the round.
Oh, they're definitely on top. This is definitely Deponeret's round to lose at this point. Penta are playing from very far behind. 2 guys holding over at long. It's not going to give Nex much hope. And Struggs is going to catch Nico out on Goose, but Nico lives, and that's the real problem. These are seconds getting ticked off at this bomb, and there isn't any hope here for Penta now.
No, there really isn't. Nex, if he got a quick kill down on long on Pimp, that would have been the opening, but now Strux is alone, goes down, and it's Pimp with another triple in a pistol round, so extremely well played on his part. That's going to make a big difference. 8-8, and it's Deponeret equalizing the other way. They're going to be able to buy the rifles, and Penta's got 1 scout. Can they pick up 1 more? No, they can't. So I think actually the amount of scouts has a very strong correlation to how well you do on this in these follow-up rounds to the pistol.
Well, I'm gonna start having fun with Depon's name because clearly the chat think I'm saying Debonair. Although I like that word. But
Oh,
Deponeret, dude, they're on it.
Look at Nex, look at Nex. He's got the P250 close range, but he goes down immediately. He was the only one covering. Dennis trying for a crossover kill, but I mean, this is a lost cause right now. They should not be giving up the scout. They need to take that scout and run with it. Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, that's, I mean, Deponeret deciding to get close to B without throwing any grenades or anything. They just kind of walk in, and once they run into Nex, that's when they finally go. I think they put up one smoke, but that was very, very late. So I think that's important as well, just not making too much noise.
Agreed. But this is how now I'm afraid to even say the word Deponeret.
Yeah. It's alright. It's alright.
Whatever, Deponeret. This is how they played yesterday. So the ultra-violence, man. They just got in their opponent's face fast. And we're not seeing any of that waiting around, 40, 50 seconds into the round, they make a move. Nope. They just sneak their way in, or they rush in, but they're getting at you very quickly at the beginning of the round.
Well, AKs all around. That one scout still in place somewhere. Speedy's the one doing some scout jumps in the middle here, but he's going to get a target that's a little bit closer than he would want, and not an easy position to get a bunch of kills with the scout here. But we have seen before in these sorts of rounds where all of a sudden the scout player on the CT side hits a bunch of people, and they're all softened up, and then it's just a matter of the pistols cleaning up the rest, though a really good headshot coming in from Pimp to take him down. Look at this little trick here. Crystal's going to flash his way into short, and then Strux is going to peek, but with a USPS, though, I mean, it's a good kill right there, but it's not going to win them the round. If he had had a 5.7 or something, or a P250 even, could have been a little bit more powerful, I think.
Let's see. I mean, this is just very thorough work coming out here from the Danes. One pick at a time. Great shot there by Nex to catch Fetish. Headshot just annihilates him. But it's still a 2-on-3 retake scenario right now. Question is whether Nex wants to press the issue if they want to try and push in here. It's not looking like it.
He just wants to get another couple of kills. The fact that he spots Kerby means that Dennis is going to know there's someone out on long, so they could try and go for an exit kill there, or he could just try and see if he can catch them crossing over once the bomb is about to go up. Nex dropping very low at the moment, and what is he doing? Still thinking there might be someone short. Or at least a rifle. Is there one? No, there isn't. They already picked that up. So, yeah, they're going to save the scout and Galil going into the 19th round. It's 10-8, so a 2-round lead for the Danes, who are now in the second half. Still the first map here, so there is a lot to go. It's too soon to judge exactly how this is going to turn out. Oh, AWP on Nico once again, and Crystal actually, yeah, so no scout being saved, sorry, on the PENTA side. They throw away the Galil as well. They're just not interested, Semler.
No, they...
That's actually kind of curious.
I'm surprised by how slowly Deponeret are taking this. They're really pacing themselves. Fetish is going to get flashed into short. Bit of a team flash there, so they messed that up, but he's still going to peek anyways, because Fetish has no fear. He's a glutton for punishment. I don't know. One or the other.
It could be. It could be. It's shaping up right now, as we can tell, to be a bit of an A-push, with Kerbu lurking down here. If this was NIP, it'd be get right down in this role, and everyone else on NIP pushing catwalks. Actually a very, very common strat you see NIP do a lot. But they're going to run into Crystal Swap if they ghost. The big thing, I think, is Strux staying alive, and Crystal just getting a couple of off fracks here is going to be really big. There's the one, but I'm not sure he's realizing Pimp is pushed up way close, and Speedy with a good kill. But still, Strux is the main man here. If he dies, they lose control along, and things get so much more tricky.
Yeah, with this plant right now, I mean, it's planned for Cat, though, so they have options. Kirby... Wow, perfect timing for Kirby to peek out at top mid. He picks up Spitty, and now Dennis is going to be slowed down. This retake is just not going to happen for Penta. Nothing going their way so far. Nico catches next in element, and that's it. I mean, Struggs is alive 1v3. Basically try and get out of there if he could find the op, but Crystal's op is all the way on A site, so there really is nothing he can do here. He just has to kind of sit it out.
He's going to get a free kill on Kerber at least, so... Oh, he's going to wait. He doesn't want to...
Smart.
Yeah,
very smart.
That is actually smart.
I'm glad. That's perfect. Don't give it away. That I mean, he doesn't know how close the other guys are, so he lets him go by and he makes sure that he holds on to the M4 for this round.
I absolutely agree. Free kill isn't worth it if the other two ran around the corner. There was a bit of a communication issue there. Struck's down in the pit. Once Kerber threw out a smoke, which he did at one point, I think it would have been worth it. I mean, I'm assuming he maybe communicated that there's a smoke at long, so maybe this guy isn't actually pushing anymore. Certainly the people in middle weren't really aware what's going on. Strucks, though, with a good kill so far, but he's going to be falling back a little bit still. An opening at least, and the follow-up grenade, though, from Pimp will kill him, so that's unfortunate. They can't save that rifle, but they get the kill in lower dark on Fetish, though. That's a little bit curious. Now they're fighting Nico in the middle. 5-7 in hand. This is a good range for this pistol, and they take Nico out. So it's a 2-on-2. They steal an AWP, and the bomb has only just gone down, so even without a kit, they could do this if they can kill Pimp here. And Dennis, man, it's not going to be easy.
What timing? He gets it! Okay, Kierby now. Can Kierby stay alive?
The answer is no. What? How did they lose it like that? I mean, if Dennis had been scoped up, that would have been a good reason for Pimp to have gone down, but he unscoped. That's a huge upset for Deponeret. They're gonna be whining in Danish on TeamSpeak right now about how they lost that round. I can absolutely guarantee you.
They should be. That was a golden opportunity there. Dennis should never have gotten that kill off with the 5-7. That timing, though, if it wasn't, it's the Danes whining right now, but that could have very well been, Penta, because that timing for Dennis to unscope just as the man comes around the corner as Pimp is there, that's infuriating. What a kill, though.
Yeah, man, that was the power of the 5-7. Once you're in headshot range, it only takes a couple of seconds and it's all over. Grenade out. Kerber, actually, that was the money grenade. That landed right at his feet. Down to 44 health. Really annoying. He's going to be waiting as well. I like this setup, though. Just this tiny trick that we're seeing here, where Nex is the one spotting. As soon as he spots anything, Dennis has the flashbang in hand. Going to bounce into the wall and then back into middle, and hopefully by then Nex would have already got a kill, or is at least not going to get flashed either. So it's a nice little trick, but right now it's not. Seems like it's not going to unfold itself just yet because no one's really coming. Oh, they do smoke off CT spawn. They have the bomb and up at Dave. We might get to see this trick after all. Are you ready? Are you ready, Semler?
I don't think Pimp was ready.
Oh, Dennis certainly wasn't ready. He's way too late with the flash, but when it happens, it finally works really well. Dennis gets the double kill. That could have gone horribly wrong for them. And Dennis at the end with a triple. So Nex was supposed to be spotting, but what happened is they got impatient, and Dennis sort of dropped the idea of flashing and just went out, and then he went back again to do it, and by that time they were already really, really close. That could have been so scary, but Penta are going to win the round, and with no bomb plant, the Danes are going to have to eco a bit here.
Yeah, this is starting to get scary for Deponeret, actually. I think that they're starting to get frustrated on their side. Penta are now starting to hit their stride. Dennis is certainly waking up. It's a slaughter over at long, although AC finds the parting headshot on Struggs, stops him from getting around the corner just in time. But this is definitely Deponeret having to go fast. They need to put the pressure on. They can't let Penta hit that comfort zone.
Oh, they really can't, and they're not either. They're getting some really good kills in here, and Penta honestly seem a little bit confused, although the bomb, it's fallen down. It's in CT spawn almost. That's such a big deal.
That's horrible. Like, now Nico has to jump down and he exposes himself to Dennis. So that's worst case scenario right there. Really, that is pain.
It is not at all unlikely that that's the difference between winning or losing the round here for Deponeret. When that happens, Next is going to be able to take down. There's a team ace for Penta, and the score is tied once again here as Penta. They win 3 in a row from stealing that one round in here. This is now turning into a tricky situation for the Danish team, especially because they're not getting many bomb plants. The money is pretty good on Dennis and Nex. So they got to be careful right now, Deponeret. They got to stay in this game. Kerber got the long spawn, so he's rushing out. It's not Nico because he obviously spawned somewhere else, and maybe it should have been Nico because Crystal was ready to take that fight.
Man, this time Crystal's the one who comes out ahead. This time it's going to be Penta getting the entry frag at long, which is a big win. Spitty spots them working their way out. HE nade. Oh, doesn't do that much damage. Still, 25 damage to Pimp and a little bit to Fetish. It's not too bad, but I was thinking that was going to be a money nade right there.
It could have been. Strux takes 1 armor damage from his teammate's smoke, and is now playing at the edge of it, which is kind of a cool idea. But yeah, I mean, even 25 damage like that with the grenade, another 15, so 40 damage overall. It's not too bad for an HE grenade. I think that's definitely worth the investment. Oh, another grenade. Pimp. A little bit lower.
Nice reactions by Nico.
Getting those return frags when you're a man down, so important.
It's really just Nico's style. He's able to play, like, Nico is all about holding angles. So when he's hitting his shots, it just looks inhuman because he's so fast. Like a shoulder peek is enough for him to get a kill.
Oh, this is turning into a weird situation. I think Penta thought it was going to be A, but in fact it's a B push. Dennis is trading places with AC. Oh my god, and Crystal picks up a kill. So does Next. This turned from a perfect 4-on-3 situation from Deponeret. They had everything going for them into a 3-on-1. How does the German team do this? I just have no idea.
They went for B site. It was actually the worst call that Deponeret could make. They went to the one place where there was full defense that they would actually have trouble cracking. So that's a I mean, they're going to be kicking themselves there. I think Deponeret, the Danes are really going to be frustrated with the fact that they decided to go to the one spot on the map where they would actually have trouble taking the site.
Oh, man.
Now the question, though, is... Man, okay, so that's what they do, really. Pimp held onto it. They're just going to try and even the money out. Next round is pretty much everything here, Anders. They need to pick up this next round, Deponeret, after this round of eco.
Well, they're going to be rushing into the site straight on. They did have one rifle, I think, in between there, but it's not really going to come to fruition. It's just Fetish left, and a perfect mowdown from Dennis. Spitty and Nex helping out a little bit, but, I mean, Dennis is having the game of his life right now. He's at 20 kills, just 25 rounds in, and Nex also living up to the reputation that we've been giving him here. It's 18 kills on him. Although on the other team, I mean, it's mainly Pimp and Nico who are just carrying way more than they should. Kirby, Fetish, a little bit too low on the scoreboard right now.
They're struggling for sure right now. Maybe Fetish. I mean, that's another thing though. Fetish recently added to the roster. He's the one calling the shots. Maybe some growing pains there. What a wallbang! What?
Is this real life?
Oh, that was sick.
AC's waiting at top dark. He can get some very good kills right in here. Oh, that should have been a double, but it's not. He gets robbed, and Dennis is the thief in this case. Nico got a return kill, but with 1 or 2 kills up in upper dark like that, it would have been the round instantly for the Danish team. Now Strux is spraying away, failing a little bit here. Grenade rains in as well, and that's going to take care of Pip. He gets out alive, and again, I just don't know why, because he should have been dead. Kjærby now trying to redeem himself here, making it a 2-on-3, pushing in, and the crossover. Nico has the bomb. If he can get this bomb down, that's all they need.
He's going to plant for long as well. That smoke is just barely going to help him, I think. I mean, they don't really have any way of pushing up. That smoke, the smoke on Cat actually working there for Deponeret as well, just buying the seconds necessary to get that bomb plant down.
And look at the long play.
Yeah, exactly. Now they can just go to long with that AWP. Nico's in a prime position.
And Kjærby pushing around. This is so smart. I think this is like an absolutely round-winning move from Kjærby. So incredibly smart, because they're going to be focused on Nico. They know he's here, and he should wait. Oh, Nico goes down. No, what? Kjærby now, they realize he's on short. This is a disaster. That was so well played, and now they're defusing. He's out of bullets. He's trapped with 12 HP, and he's going to walk out, but it's too late. Semler, that was beautiful in all sorts of ways. That was like an incredible mind game from Deponeret. They tried to read the game so far ahead, and they read it really well, and then somehow the Germans just wrecked it anyway.
Yeah, what a catastrophe. Kjærby not able to land that spray on the first man. That's pretty much it. The deciding factor is him not being able to get that kill. If he gets that kill, the man defusing is gone, and then it's basically his round to lose from there. Oh, shot from Crystal trying to get cheeky here. Struggs pushing into Longhouse as well. There's the flash over the corner. Kjærby is expecting the push. He spots the shoulder peek, and there's the kill. Takes out Struggs.
My god. That last round was, that was breathtaking. Well, they have their trick here. Dennis and Nex again playing on the B side, and these are the two top fraggers playing on the same side of the map. So that's also very, very frustrating. In the meantime, over at Long and Catwalk, Speedy's actually the only one defending here with an M4. Down on Long, I mean, Kjærby might go down. Oh, is he going to grenade it? Is it? No, it's not too far. That would have been a great grenade from Crystal, though.
where do they go? They're just getting picked apart. Penta, they're losing members left and right. They've lost Crystal now. This is just a perfect swarm here from Deponeret, and in the round that mattered most.
It was kind of now or never, wasn't it? With their backs against the wall, they come out with a pretty big round, just picking off people left and right. So there's a big difference between how you hold the A side of the map here. I mean, this you can hold B in different ways too, but right now the A defense was the big deal, and because they have one guy right here and one guy, well, somewhere down long pit, doesn't really matter. The big issue is when this guy doesn't have an AWP, all of a sudden holding short could be a little bit tricky. One flashbang or one smoke out, and what Deponeret do that's so annoying is that they don't only just like go short, they also put Pimp down on the slope. So all of a sudden you're covering too many angles when you're up there. It is just very, very tough to do. And Strux couldn't do it that time around.
That's just what Deponeret need, though. Now they get a breath of fresh air. Essentially, when they were getting choked out, Penta had them in the triangle, and now Deponeret can actually go to work here. If they can keep Penta off this edge, Penta are low. It would be a force buy situation if Penta were to lose this round. So this is a big opportunity for Deponeret to actually pick up Dust 2.
Yeah, they could definitely swing right back in the game here. Could end up even at overtime if it's going to keep going at this rate. 55 seconds left, and Deponeret playing a lot slower than they were yesterday. You're absolutely right in saying that. Kirby is having a bit of a mental battle with Strux down here, so everyone's trying to figure out exactly where the other person is. And look at that. Kirby's going to throw out a grenade and then peek all the angles at the slide. He's really trying to test if anyone is going to look for him. But nobody is right now. And it looks like it's going to be a B push eventually with Nex and Dennis the ones covering B. And they already spotted out AC. It's going to give them a chance to smoke up. Are they going to be fast enough here? AC coming through. He gets the kill. Nex turning around. He goes down. And AC single-handedly probably winning that round. And the rest of Penta, they should save right here.
Yeah, this is just back off, hold on to the guns. Crystal's got that AWP. That's pretty much of the utmost importance right now. He shouldn't be peeking any angle that he can get picked off from.
Yeah. They can buy on Dennis and Strux anyway, so I mean they're going to be fine in terms of money or rifles the next round if they win, if they just save these rifles.
Yeah, that was I'm surprised, man, that Dennis was looking he was looking solid there for a little bit, but this one situation, he runs into the tunnel just as AC comes through the smoke, and he was aiming to the left, wasn't able to adjust his aim in time to take out AC. So the way that worked out, man, timing is everything sometimes. And that was, this time around, AC. It just opened it up perfectly for him.
Kirby coming through. Strux. Oh, he goes down. That's a big deal. That is going to leave them in a weird position now. They could buy 2 more rifles, and I guess Nex could go with FAMAS or something, and they'll probably find a way to even this out a little bit, but it's not... Yeah, they will find a way to even... Actually, another orb instead, so... well, they do manage to make it through. They're just going to slack on head armor instead. By a little bit more than I thought they could. 14-13. If they lose now, though, it's going to be full on Eco. Nice kill from Dennis, and that's on Nico as well. He outdone Nico in the middle. Crystal picks off Fetish. Deponeret, they've been playing so slowly, slow calculated, and now... Are they just throwing it away?
And now is when they crack. Although AC isn't interested in giving up quite yet. They get control of the B side thanks to him opening up on Nex. But look at Spitty. Spitty is so close around the window, but he decides to hold back. He decides to play it safe. Rather than just go rushing in, he's going to wait for his teammates to get into position, and they're going to try and just pincer onto this B site now.
Yeah, and Strux is the main guy. He takes AC. If he hadn't, that could have been such a difficult retake. Now Kirby... Well, he has no chance. Flashed and just spraying bullets into the wall. That's going to be map point currently for Penta, and at the very least, Deponeret have money, and a lot of it too. That makes a big difference. If they would have been ecoing or forcing up now, that would have been horrific. But, I don't know. I mean, obviously that was an attempt from Penta's point of view to change the pace. Just thinking, we've been going slowly for the past, 6 or 7 rounds at least. Let's see if we can catch them by just changing the pace so much that they won't realize. But that did not work. Now look at the boost up on short here, Semler. Double AWP.
Yeah, double AWP, man. This could be a brutal surprise. Oh, and then Fetish. Perfect timing.
Almost unreal. Gonna get taken down by Nex though, but that kind of double opening That's a round winner. It should be. Pimp to follow up as well. Now it's down to Speedy and Next. They're in a 2-on-4. They shouldn't win this. I don't think they will either. As Speedy goes down, it's all up to Next. 1-on-4. If he can save the rifle, that's the best thing they can do. Try and fight for a victory next round, because it will only be at the 30th round upcoming. What a game this has turned into be.
Yeah, man. Talk of all the times for Crystal to choke, essentially. He needed to hit that shot on Fetish, and Fetish, well, you know, he missed his shot. Fetish hit his, and that opened Dennis up, so Dennis is gone. And just like that, it just spins completely out of control down because of one shot. So,
yeah,
that's brutal. That is really brutal for Penta. Next does manage to pick off Pimp, but now he's going to get closed in on. He takes out AZ as well. Careful now, Deponeret. You don't want to throw too much away.
Gotta be careful. I mean, they probably have the money to buy it. Yeah, they do, I think. Except one of them, but as long as they have one rifle living here, they're going to be alright. But they won't get to steal this away from Nex. What do you think, Semler? Is this one rifle going to be the main difference? Do you think they can win with saving one rifle and buying a few more? That would be really upsetting for Deponeret. Like, going into the next match and losing when you have this much more equipment than your opponents, you never want to do that.
Double op here from Deponeret as well, and they miss both shots. That's painful. So, well, Nico's actually at long, so it's Fetish who missed the cross shot. Nico not going to get a peek at long, and they decide to play it safe, Deponeret. They have to know that Penta are in dire straits right now. I mean, still, 5.7, P250, 3 rifles. This is feasible for Penta, if they can get the right read. I mean, look at this right now. They're really gathering up on mid. They don't have anybody in the B site.
I think Deponeret have won most of their rounds going to the B bomb site with some sort of B split. So, I mean, it's not an unreasonable idea for Penta to do this, but if they get the wrong read... Retaking with 5.7s is definitely no fun, and they have very few grenades here, so it's not like another round where they could buy time throwing down smokes or retake by smoking off someone in a corner or something like that. They really have to stop them from getting into the site to begin with, and it will be another B-split push. But the problem here, and this is a big problem, they're almost all coming from upper, which means Nex is the only force here trying to stop them. Middle, they gotta win this fight against the 2 people here, and then they have to retake against the other 3. Kjerby takes 1, so the fight middle is 1 now. The retake is going to be the big deal.
Yeah, and that smoke, that goes down perfectly. Next can't get the punish on Pimp. Or rather on Nico. No, it was Pimp who went jumping past. So that's all timing. But there's a man advantage at least for Penta, so it could be a whole lot worse. The one thing they have to worry about is Nico's positioning. Where is he with that AWP? And are they all 4 of them going to go through the bottlenecks? This is a ballsy play from Penta.
It definitely is. Here it comes. Flashes in as well. Pimp in a great position here. Takes down 1. Gets a double. That's turning into a triple. Goes for the quad kill, and he's going to get it as well. Surviving on 4 health. Almost a retake, but not quite. Good half is called. And we're going to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. It's MR3 16k. Well played Star Series. I think 16k is a lot more fun than 10k starting money. So, well, that almost resets the game, at least in terms of score and economy. How does it work mentally? I mean, I don't know. I think both teams share, like, equal frustration, but maybe Penta a little bit more. But still, Deponeret have had a lot of rounds they shouldn't have lost.
Yeah, I think both teams really have had a lot of rounds they shouldn't have lost.
Yeah.
Like, that's a difference maker.
Oh.
Well, there you go, Crystal. I mean, this is another thing, though. One team can hard reset. And Penta on the CT side, this could be their opportunity, basically, to hard reset and go back to their game plan. Sometimes when you're under pressure and it's the regular time, right? Something doesn't click and you aren't able to execute what you have in mind. But sometimes when it goes into overtime, you have teams that just kind of click over, and then it's like, okay, fresh start. Now we just sit down and shut them down, and there you go. Crystal gives them the entry frag, so they have the advantage, Penta.
Well, they do. I'm a little bit upset that they've put Kjerby down in the pit here and not Fetish, because I would want the AWP to be here, but instead it's the AK. I think Starks could probably hear a couple of people there, but that opening from Fetish over at B is obviously very big. Next, almost returning with uncanny timing there to go for the peak, just when Fetish had a grenade out, but it doesn't turn into an actual kill. 40 seconds, and again, I mean, I'm worried about how much Penta are putting onto Nex here. Once again, he's the only one really covering B. It's a very light defense at the moment.
I'm worried about how much emphasis Penta are putting on A site right now. I want Crystal to rotate over to B slope.
What the hell?
Man, they're giving up. They're completely giving up the B site. They really think that this is going to be an A play.
Yeah.
And this could cost them big.
They are so sure of it. I mean, even if they find Kerry here and kill him, it might be too late. Next is going to come in from behind. Now they realize. Surely now they realize it's actually going to be B. So we're going to have to retake against Fetish with an open window. And Crystal goes down. Penta seem very rattled. There are a number of things this round that went horribly wrong. I have no idea how Speedy didn't kill Kerry, or sorry, yeah, Kerry to begin with. That should have been a free frag.
It's gambles. It's basically taking gambles, and these gambles aren't paying off. Just here as Nexus caught in a crossfire. There wasn't much he could do. But these are just gambles.
It's part gambles, but it's also part like really, really basic mistakes. Because Speedy up on short, he heard Kirby running in. Like Kirby that should have been like a pre-fire situation where Kirby just runs into instant death. So there was definitely something weird going on in that round for Penta. Distractions or something else.
No, it's just gambling. It's them saying this is going to be A site because we can hear these steps on cat. We're going to give up B site. And they want to annihilate it. If the push comes in, if one part of the push comes in, they want to annihilate it. So they're just doubling up people rather than having a man just holding on the site until you see the bomb.
Yeah, but Speedy on shore wasn't even a gamble situation. That was just weird as hell.
Well, I mean, basic mistakes are definitely going to cost Penta here. That lets Deponeret right back into this half.
Yeah, Kirby out on long. Oh, could have got the kill on Speedy. That was a nice idea with the flashbang over Speedy, just barely surviving this time. And they have a really good defense for you. You got to give them that. Crystal here and Strux should be a winnable situation right now for Penta if they can make it through. But Deponeret have definitely surprised in the last couple of rounds, and maybe they can continue to do that.
I'm really liking it. And now they're going to play, I mean, Fetish right now, he's one step ahead because they just switch it up. Now it should be AC causing some noise over here on the B site. Oh, but I guess not.
Crystal getting that shot and shutting down Pimp, who's been carrying Deponeret a long ways. That's obviously a big deal. Let's see if they could do this. Deponeret making their way up the middle as well. Maybe they're going to be able to do it. Danish team certainly been looking good so far. AC to pick up the first kill here. Dennis realizing he has to do something. Gets the one. Runs out of bullets. Oh, if he had a little bit more, that would have been it. And they've been winning a bunch of these 2-on-3s, but now it's a 1-on-3 for Fetish, charging into the middle, flashing his way out. They're coming from every which angle, and try as he might, he couldn't do it. So Penta are going to finally get a retake over here at B, but I mean, still pretty impressive calls from Deponeret.
Yeah, and you can see where things need to get ironed out on Penta's side as well with how they were holding B side there. I think there might have been some miscommunication as far as Nex and Dennis are concerned, because Nex wasn't watching towards Dark. I think he thought that Dennis was watching towards Dark, which is why AC was able to get out of Dark in the first place through a smoke. Just little things here like communication that might need to get ironed out here for Penta.
Oh, Nico, good start onto Dennis, who's another one of the top fraggers for Penta, so things aren't all bad. And actually, the big deal here is that Dennis has $50 left. There is some money on Strux and Speedy they could drop, but you really don't want to lose. Oh, sorry, what am I talking about? It's MR3. I thought for a moment it was MR5. So this is the last round of the overtime. I got myself confused. It's because we're used to MR5. I think that's become the most popular overtime mechanism recently.
I think it's also like the 16K, right? Because we're used to
seeing
MR5 16K, not MR3 is 10K, right?
Probably. But I like this format. I think it's all right. I mean,
I'm all for it. I like 16K. I like teams being able to buy up fully and not have to worry about money.
Good shot from Speedy onto Nico. Could have almost killed him then. The follow-up grenade didn't do much either. Up on short. Going to be a kill missed. And Strux will take down one. Can they get the Molotov out in time? Or a grenade? Anything right now would kill Nico, but they're just missing it a tiny bit. Kerbu here, waiting on short, is going to get the blind spray through the smoke as well. Doubly upsetting for Strux, who thought he was being safe there.
Miley Cyrex. I love Strux' name. Kirby finds Spitty, but then Crystal's still alive, and Goose Crystal lining up the shots. And he is going to get taken out by Fetish. Big kill there from Fetish, but then Nex comes right back into it. Bomb is still dropped up on Cat, though.
14 seconds here. What is Fetish going to do? Next. I mean, Fetish is running for it. He's putting it all on this here. 6 seconds. 4 seconds. He can't make it. Oh, he can! He just does.
Just barely.
He just exactly knew where the bomb zone was. That's incredible. If Fetish steals this, damn, that's going to be upsetting for Nex. And he's turning the wrong way. Nex goes down. Deponeret are going to win at least the first half of the overtime. Such a big deal. And again, I would say a huge mistake from from Crystal taking that fight with Fetish down there. Considering the time left, if he had waited behind the box and just unplugged his keyboard, would have been straight victory for Penta.
Man, and Penta, they are not going to be pleased with the outcome. You're right. I mean, 17, they needed to get that last round here.
Yeah.
Because T-side Dust 2 is so hard to deal with now, especially now that they don't have... I mean, the Deponeret are going to have solid money all 3 rounds. And look at what Deponeret are doing. They smoke up mid doors and they run into lower dark. They're trying to lay a trap.
What is AC doing? He just waved at the T-spawn, essentially, and now Strux is going to catch off Pimp. The Dane's making some interesting choices here. Kerbu going to flash his way out of the smoke and catch Dennis. So that's going to be a trick that really works well. Fetish waiting over at upper dark, and Strux, is he going to realize there's another person here? This is still very winnable for Deponeret, especially because they're so far crossed out. One guy sneaking up behind, that's all they need at this moment. Fetish could be that guy, but Strux is going to take him out, so... Penta, man, they're bouncing back here in the second half, and they need that. If they lose in overtime, that's going to play on your nerves going into the second map.
Oh yeah, this is really big. This is actually really big. Okay, I thought it would be a whole lot harder here, especially after Deponeret were able to pick up the 17 rounds. I was thinking Deponeret were going to be able to just lock it down on this CT side and actually pick up Dust 2. But now Penta, man, that was a decisive victory there to put them up to 17-17. And it's the first team to 19, guys. The first team to 19 rounds that will win this overtime. So
yes.
We're getting close.
I mean, going back to the regular time, both teams on the terrorist side had pretty good stretches where they won a lot. I mean, the most decisive one was the 6 rounds in the beginning that Penta had on the first half when they were on the terrorist side. They did really well, but then things changed the rounds. I mean, if you can connect 3 rounds in the overtime here, and both teams have done that, it's looking interesting. Either team to win the next 2 rounds will win it. Otherwise, double overtime is also a thing. Triple overtime is as well. I don't know if there is a rule for when overtime ends. What if we get to Penta overtime? Is that when they win, Semler?
I think so, yeah. If we go to Penta overtime on Dust 2, I think they win by default.
Yeah, that's it.
Ooh!
Body
There's a shot.
Fetish is a manly man, though. I mean, he's just going to take that shot to the chest and move on.
They'll just walk it off.
Yeah. I mean, Fetish, actually, I could see him being like a drill sergeant. He's got the bold, you know, he's no hair on his head, and...
The piercing eyes, man.
Exactly.
Piercing eyes.
He could be like a drill sergeant.
But he's actually a teacher, you know? So, there you go.
Poor kids. Poor kids. Kiebu. He's ready to do a similar trick with the flashbang that we've seen both teams do so far. Last time it was only moderately successful. This time it's Pimp doing it instead. He's been playing so well today. So let's see. Instant kill on Nex. And he falls back in time not to get killed. So that's all they needed from that one to get the opening on Penta. And there's 50 seconds left. So, I mean, it also puts a slowdown on the terrorist team as they're sort of wondering what the hell just happened.
They're wondering, man. They're wondering. Penta now begins to play here. They're going to go all forth, straight through B slope. Incendiary Grenade going to waste a little bit of time. But can they actually crack the defense here? They're going to just go through the bottleneck. Penta, they're getting flashbacks. It's not going to work.
Not even a little bit here, as Fetish is the only one in sight. Strux is charging on through to pick up the kill, but 1 on 3 with 1 health. Definitely not working out for Strux here. He's going to go down to Kiebu. No big surprise. Yeah, that once the smoke goes down in this door, it's really tricky because they all funnel through here. And another thing that was questionable, I would say, is that they sort of stopped once the first guy got in. And I think in that case, you want to flash in and then just jump, almost with your knife out, just to make it more speedy.
Oh. Right, well...
What's up?
Now,
What's up?
No, I'm just surprised that Penta would go for the same strat that they tried and used on CT. That they tried to use on CT side and expect a different result. It's almost like they're insane, Anders. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting something different to happen. It's not going to happen, guys. Is it time to find the padded room?
I mean, some German madness. Is that what we're witnessing? I don't know.
Let's see if they can rev up the Panzers. They're going to need them.
Pimp is in the middle. Close can hear them. If they make some noise on short, that's going to give them some good info to work with. And Fetish is going to fall back in sight. If they go short right now and deal with Nico, and they have the smokes to deal with him, sort of like what LDLC did. Not too bad. The fight down on long is going to be important as well between Kirby and Dennis. So there's I mean, there's potential for eruption all over the map right now. We just need to wait until PENTA feel like it's time to go, and it is going to be very soon. 30 seconds left, and they, what are they doing? They're still just waiting. This is almost incredible.
To the balls on these guys right now. 20 seconds left. They have no room for error at this point. They have to go and hit every shot, but Fetish is going to stop Dennis. Crystal, though, coming to the UCT, gets taken out as well. There's still a man alive on the site, though. It's AC, and he is going to be the last wall. Nex is not getting through here.
No chance at all here. I mean, there's nothing you can do. He actually can't even plant it anymore. So 19 to 17. And Deponeret, the Danish team, are going to end up winning the first map. We'll be back in just a second.